I've been sucking flexible dieting dick for a while, so I want to explain how to make arguably the most successful diet in terms of long-term results even easier to implement. I'm going to do that by explaining how you don't even have to exclude any of your favourite dieting methods. That's if you have one. And you can achieve your goal by following any one of them, providing that you stick to this one important thing. I'm also going to make this even easier for you by explaining how you can include all your favourite foods, within reason. And finally, because this diet is that easy to start and set up, I'm going to show you how to do that and how you can start it tomorrow. But what you first might be asking is, James, why do I have to make an apparent easy diet even easier? Because I've claimed in the past that this diet is one of the easiest ones to follow, and I do stand by that. Well, at least for some people anyway. I need to emphasise the word some. I don't need any carnivore followers telling me how amazing their diet is for them, whilst they kick about smelling like a walking talking brisket. Some people may genuinely have issues following a flexible diet approach, because it does promote and require a bit of accountability, and it also encourages you to make conscious decisions based on the ones you've already made in your day. And some people are absolutely shit at accountability, just like some people are shit at budgeting, which flexible diet is kind of like. There are obviously different levels to it. You might be shit at it at the start, but as always, the more you do it, the better you become at it. And then the better your results can be. So I'm not making flexible dieting even easier because it's difficult. If you think there's a barrier of entry into any diet, I'm just trying to lower this barrier even lower for you to start. You lazy bastard. If that is still not for you, you can go and watch another one of my fantastic videos. So why are no other diet methods off limits? I shall be a little bit of a hypocrite here, which is fine because I'm very good at that. But despite shitting on other diets, I believe flexible dieting technically encompasses any of them and any other diet that is out there on offer, providing you can stick to it long term in terms of calorie goals and it doesn't cause any health issues. The issue where this advice gets a little bit skewed is where these individual diet camps claim their diet is the best. But we already know, viewer, that the best diet is the one that you can individually stick to the most based on your circumstances. Where the lines start to blur with these fad diets is they don't realise the long term issues and consequences they're creating physically and mentally, regardless if these fucking idiots care to admit it or not. So if you follow or you followed a diet in the past which is maybe a bit unorthodox, but you understood you change your body based on the calories in versus calories out equation, then well done for you, my friend. You've understood something that 90% of other dieters and people online don't. Energy in versus energy out. But at the end of the day, who am I to question you, mate? Or anyone else for that matter, if you're reaching your goals? Because you really shouldn't give a fuck what others think. I'm only here really to make this easier for you. Practically what this means is you might fancy a ketogenic diet for a few weeks, but then you want to change it up to low fat because you want a change in food choices. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you maybe then want to intermittent fast because you've got a busy few weeks coming up, which again is absolutely fine. You might even want to live miserably for a couple of weeks and follow a carnivore diet, just to see what the fuck it's about. Go for it. You just have to make a diet that fits around your life and your preferences at that time, providing that you're sticking to your calories and the 80-20 guideline, which then helps you cover your health markers in terms of vitamins and minerals. What you should do is start treating your calories like a bank balance, meaning that you can spend your money in any way you want because there is no wrong way of spending it for you individually. Providing that you're still moving towards your goals, you then allow yourself to take full advantage of this flexible lifestyle. But there are better ways of spending or investing your calories wisely, such as high voluminous and nutritious foods, for example. Diets really shouldn't be viewed in groups, they should be based on individuality. So that means for you individually, if you've got a busy morning with no time, move your calories to the end of the day. Or do you know that you're not going to have time for lunch? Move calories to your breakfast or dinner to suit, or make an on-the-go lunch that you wouldn't normally. Do you suddenly have to travel last minute? You now know that you can go to a supermarket or a shop to buy your food on the go and still progress. Diet followers preach that their diet is the best. Using calories as the bank balance analogy, it's like them saying, spending your money my way is the best way to invest it because all other ways are shit. Which is also like football fans saying, invest in a Rangers season ticket. It is the best way to spend your money. But we all know it's a big fucking waste of money watching them. And time. And energy. Allowing you the option to follow any diet that you want, providing you stick to your calories, then opens up the floodgates to any and all options of diets out there, along with all the different methods. There are blatant ones to avoid though, such as liquid or powder diets that these Z-list celebrities promote. It's a genuine fucking wonder how people like Katie Price has the intellect to actually use social media, let alone promote anything that is remotely healthy when she walks about like a fucking Chucky doll. But James, I thought diets are fully boring meals where I can't eat my favourite foods. A diet that only includes things like salads, dry, boring, tasteless foods are fortunately a thing in the past. For some people anyway. There are some absolute mincers still out there who eat chicken, rice and broccoli for their lunches. We call these people losers where I'm from. You can still eat foods you enjoy, and I actually encourage you to include them. Because having a diet that's full of foods that you don't like doesn't sound like it's going to be an enjoyable, successful time, does it? Now, despite me saying, just add all your favourite foods, some people out there take that too literal and throw in pizzas and chocolate and crisps and ice cream, etc. They're basically trying to shoehorn an elephant into a fucking elevator. Remember, you still have a duty of care for yourself, being a diet full of vitamins, minerals and fibre. And that should be covered by eating a diet that is ideally 80% whole foods and 20% non-ideal foods. So swapping foods here might be a good idea to maybe not have the actual favourite food that you want, but have something similar to save calories. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there and video swaps to show you alternatives. Some quick examples: if you want a bagel, have a bagel thin. If you want some crisps, have some pop chips. If you want a pizza, have a pizza wrap. If you want some full fat milk, have semi-skimmed milk. If you want a burger, have a chicken burger instead. but there are obviously a billion examples of the above. These are all very similar and somewhat healthier in terms of calories compared to the foods that you want. You're just being a bit of a fucking idiot if you don't accept these small changes. A wrap pizza isn't a pizza, James. Obviously it is not, you fanny, but a 300 calorie wrap pizza that resembles a 1300 Domino pizza isn't a bad swap, is it? So despite me saying just include all your favourite foods, there also has to be some acceptance that not all foods can be included in your diet for some people. You technically have a calorie budget that you have to stick to on a daily basis, even just roughly, and also a vitamin and mineral target that you need to do your best to try and target. So having 3 meals of pizzas isn't really a smart choice, is it? Another reason to choose your food wisely is there's something called a trigger food, meaning if you start it, you will likely finish it. For some people this could be a biscuit. So you take a biscuit from a packet, but then you eat the whole thing. For others, like me, it could be crisps. You take a crisp from a share bag, that share bag gets finished. Same goes for some chocolate from a share bar. You take a couple squares, then you fucking demolish it. It's best to maybe understand what these foods are for you and avoid them when you can. Unfortunately for some people, such as myself with crisps, I find it hard turning down these favourite foods. But maybe instead of having share bags in the house, you just have the small packets. Or instead of having the share bars of chocolate, you have the small ones instead. It's not the same, but it's damage limitation. Or you just don't buy them so they're never in the kitchen. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Now people might be thinking, haha, this is why flexible dieting is dog shit. You can overeat. Well, you can technically overeat in any diet, dipshit. There's going to be a time where you simply can't fit in the food that you want. Like meals and food that are all deep fried. Like fish and chips. Tough titties, my friend. These are the cards that you've been dealt with. To be a little bit more empathetic, there are times you just simply got to have to say no. Or I can't have that. Which is now just part and parcel of a diet that you should be taking responsibility for. So, how to set up this diet so you can start tomorrow. You and I are going to walk through this right now to show you how easy it is. We're going to do it in 30 seconds, alright? And most men with partners know that a lot can be done in 30 seconds. Am I right? All you're going to need for this is your weight and your height to kick this off. So you're going to take your phone that you most likely are on just now. You're going to Google calorie calculator. You're then going to click on the first one. Anyone is going to do, to be honest, because they're all going to likely give you similar numbers. You're going to put in your details. You're going to choose what goal you want to achieve. And then you're done. The next step for this would then be building your diet that includes your favourite foods. So for your next 7 days, I would start writing out meals that you want, then calculate the calories roughly, and then go from there. Review it in a week. Your first week is likely going to have hiccups and reasons and excuses to stop, but that's on you to get over them. A way to get over these issues is to get yourself a coach to support you. My details are below if you want them. The most successful and healthy people out there all failed at some point. Multiple times, but they got back on it as soon as possible. So failing is almost like a rite of passage. You have to fail to then succeed. You just can't let it ultimately stop you. The success of your diet isn't dictated when it's easy. It's when it gets hard and you'll be then figuring out if it's actually going to work long term. A quick point to make on the calories as well. These numbers will likely change. This is obviously just the first step. It'll likely need adjusted based on how active you are, what kind of diet you prefer, how quick you want to lose or gain weight, etc. It's a dynamic equation, meaning your calories are always changing, so they need to be managed accordingly. To keep this dynamic equation in your favour, it's a good idea to monitor simple things like step count, body weight and calories, to varying degrees to make sure you're still progressing. But those sort of things are for another video, my friend. That is us finished. With Christmas fast approaching, I'm going to have to create an obligatory Christmas video. I actually don't want to make one because every fucker will be doing it. Until that comes out though, you can watch this video here. But I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you in the next video.